Hello, it's me again, and no, it's not deja vu. I'm in this nice spot that I found once again for another one of these informational videos in regards to Vault Hunters. Now, I've realized that we have a lot of commands in the game or in Vault Hunters that allows you to customize your game in many different ways that people aren't fully aware of. And while this is something that we are actually making more accessible in the next update, update 18, by adding an in-game menu, finally, after all these years, I thought I'd show you what you can do in Vault Hunters already now, because it might change the way you play the game. Because it has always been super important to me that Vault Hunters is for majority of people, and the first thing I want to talk about is difficulty. Many of you probably know this because this is one of the few things that's actually available in the options menu in Minecraft. This Vault Diff button here changes the difficulty of mobs inside vaults. It alters things like their health and damage, but also changes some AI behaviors for some mobs and for champion mobs. Now, by default, the game is set to normal, but you can go from piece of cake, which is the easiest difficulty, all the way through easy, normal, hard, impossible, and fragged. Fragged is extremely difficult. It's the one-shot vaults, so be careful. And I've got the question a lot of times, where should I start playing Vault Hunters? I definitely think that easy is a good starting difficulty, and if that's too hard, lower it to piece of cake. And don't be afraid of using these settings or changing them throughout your playthrough. That's what they're there for. And again, I need to keep saying this. Playing video games is all about having fun. For you, it's your and your friends' time to enjoy yourself. Maximum funsies. If you find it fun to play on Frag because the challenge is omega massive, then you should. Or if you find it fun to play on Piece of Cake where you can one-tap a lot of mobs, then you should do that. Now to the more hidden things that you can change in Vault Hunters. Did you know that by typing game rule vault crystal mode, you can change the crystal recipe inside your vault altar? Normal is what the game comes with. Grindy means that you need more materials to complete a crystal. And extreme is kind of similar to, but not as extreme as the first iteration of Vault Hunters. You know, where crystals would very quickly cost like 2,000 cobblestone and sugarcane and all of that. And so for those of you who love building big farms and have a longevity world, extreme or grindy might be a good option. But there's also a fourth option called infinity. And this means that whenever you put a vault rock on the altar, it's already pre-made. It's completed, and you can just, as long as you have a button, press it and get your crystals for free. Did you know that? You have to let me know down below in the comment if someone is like, oh my goodness, I had no idea. That's how I've always wanted to play. It is very fun. It's just focused, like you remove the farm thing and you just focus on the vault part. It's fun for a shorter playthrough for sure. I've done it 2 times, I think, off camera. Another thing you can change that many people don't know is something called Vault Loot under game rule. And you can change this from being normal to plenty, which doubles the amount of loot and experience, or extreme, which triples the amount of loot and experience. Now I'm going to show you the difference of how this actually looks. So this is normal loot amounts, and if we open a chest, you can see that this is the amount of stuff in them. Here's a living chest, and here is a gilded chest, and finally here's an ornate chest. Now let's try that again, but changing the vault loot to extreme. Here is an ornate chest, and I'm going to give a few different examples. You can see that they are a lot more filled. Lots and lots of gear. Living chests have a lot more things in them as well, although sometimes it's hard to see because these things now stack in order to have enough space, because the chest itself doesn't have enough space. But yeah, there is a massive difference. And let's have a look at some gilded examples. Lots of stuff in them as well. It's basically one chest is 3 chests. Wooden chests, is there a visual difference? Yeah, definitely is. Now, changing the vault loot is currently, as I said, also tripling the experience, but we will be changing this to separate commands in update 18. I know that there are people that want to play on slow experience but get tons and tons of loot, and that will be possible in the next update. Now the last setting that I want to show, which is very important that maybe not everyone knows about, is called Vault Mode. By default, vaults are run in normal mode, which means that if you die after level 20 inside a vault, you get a spirit and you have to resurrect it for gold. However, and I believe that 50% or so of our player base prefer to play in casual. So if you set the game rule to vault mode casual, now when you die inside a vault, even if you're above level 20, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna keep all the stuff that you have in your inventory, everything like that, and you can keep playing. And a quick side note on this, one of the biggest issues in Vault Hunts is people putting keep inventory on, and that doesn't actually work with how we snapshot the player's data. So if you want to keep your inventory when you die in a vault, use the vault mode casual. You can also switch this to hardcore, and well, if you now die in a vault, the world doesn't get deleted like in Minecraft hardcore, but you don't get a spirit, and you lose all your stuff if you die. I don't know how many plays in hardcore mode actually. Be a fun challenge, a fragged hardcore run. Now I came up with a fun combination of these three things and called it arcade. And what I did was I set the vault crystal mode to infinity, the vault mode to casual, and the vault loot to extreme. And these three settings like this is what I call arcade, because Vault Hunters becomes very arcadey with these settings on. Super fun if you don't have that much time to play and you just want to, you know, experience the vault running or the looting. You can reach max level very quickly and you get lots and lots of stuff. But on the contrary, because you don't have the Minecraft backend where you have to deal with farms and stuff, you can build a storage room dedicated to the vault loot that you find. And on that note, because of popular request, we have also decided to open up for the first time ever official Vault Hunter arcade servers. This has been requested for, I believe, like the past year. So if you want to, you can go and check out vaulthunters.gg and go to server sign up. It's available for anyone who's a tier 2 or tier 3 Twitch subscriber to me. Any patrons on the Goblin tier on the Vault Hunters Patreon or Diamond Patreon on the Escalia Patreon. I think we open the gates April 6th at 6 p.m, which is tomorrow at the time of recording. So go check it out if you want to play with others with an arcade experience in Vault Hunters. Anyway, these are some settings and things that can make Vault Hunters way more fun and suit you. And again, we're going to improve on this in the next update. We're working on more things that you can change and alter. If you have any suggestions, what you want to see that we add as a game mode or flag or whatever, put it down below in the description. My goal with making Vault Hunters is that it is accessible for as many people as possible. And again, I want to make sure that you have fun playing the game, and we're all different. So there it is. Thank you so much for watching.